It's easier to do with half your face on. Hello, Dan Murphy. How are you?
I'm good, Penny. How are you? Penny,
I'm really good now. I'm awake for the second time today.
Good morning.
Thank you. I feel naughty. I let you down. I got up. I took the dog. That's another discussion point for a walk. And then it's encouraging me just to lay around and do nothing, which I don't need encouragement for.
Oh, well, you've had a busy day and a busy week. You were up late last night with, I keep wanting to call it the old name.
Don't say it because someone will be watching. GBB.
GBB. How was it last night?
I'm just making sure my cold sore's from my crazy, busy, stressful week after. Look, I think everyone's in a bit of a freak out. Certainly, I'm Darlinghurst on a Wednesday night, King's Cross / Potts Point on a Thursday night, and we've been quiet the last couple of nights. People are freaking out. Sydney's about to get that second wave we've been trying not to catch.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm on Riley Street in Surrey Hills, just behind the winery, and it's getting closer and closer to us. Harpoon Harry's is just down the hill from us, and that's been
What is Harpoon Harry's?
flagged.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
It's this old bar on the corner. I can't remember what it used to be called. Maybe somebody in the comments will know. They always seem to know. But
It wasn't the Singapore chili crab place, was it? I always see the signs for that, but never know where it is.
I don't think so, but maybe.
It could be.
Anyway, it's riddled.
Oh,
So
well, like my
stay away.
My niece. So, no, we had a quiet night last night. I was home early, but as you know, this week I have become a father from my child who is sniffing around. This is my new child, Jess. Or Jess
Hello.
behaving. Look at the screen. There you go.
Hello.
He's just adopted a new thing where he stands. He's like Mrs. Mangles. He stands on the balcony to look at what's going on outside. So I'll let him go. If he goes crazy, we'll go saving him later on. But it's been a week of wildness in this house.
Has he picked up that behaviour from you, peering over the balcony?
I'm a curtain twitcher from way back.
Me too!
I'm a little taller though. But today we actually sat on the balcony and he was sitting on my legs, on my knees, and we were doing the park because we've got a dog park next to us. So he likes to have a look at that. He's judgmental.
Okay.
He's also very judgmental when I pour myself a wine, which I happen to have done right now, Dan, because now I'm a dad, I'm allowed to drink.
Exactly. Well, I'm on the decaffeinated coffee from...
Did they pay you to mention their name?
Chabello Coffee. No, well, I didn't even know what the name was. Is it Lydia Chabello from Real Housewives of Melbourne?
I ended up in a dirty cycle of Real Housewives of Melbourne the other day. She's a nut.
I hope it comes back sooner rather than later.
Well, I mean, we've had a terrible. This has been a big week of TV, which I know we'll talk about shortly with Perry. But it's been a big TV week.
It has. There's been a lot going on. We've got the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to catch up on. Have you been watching Bachelor in Paradise?
Oh, I tried, Dan. I mean, I am good at trash television, but that one is real trash. Real trash. We've got the finale of Drag Race to discuss from last week, and Canada just dropped, which is like that friend in the club that just keeps on doing it, and you really don't hang out with anymore.
That's normally me. Yeah, well, I used to try and squeeze...
Dropper, are you?
I'll drop in the club. Oh!
Yeah, I love you to say, like, no, that's definitely not you.
No, that's not me.
We've all
but
got
I know
that
who it
friend.
is.
We just don't want to be
Yeah.
that friend. Hang on, I'm just going to turn my volume up a little bit. We don't want to be... There we go. That's better. Sounded ever so quiet.
What was I going to say? What were we just talking about?
Something about the dog, something about Canada's Drag Race, something about...
Canada's Drag Race.
Yeah.
No wonder I forgot. So I used to try and squeeze it in before we did this show, and then I think we're up to about episode 3. I'd watch about 20 minutes of it, and then now I'm like, I don't want to watch any of it, so I haven't even put it on today.
I feel it's my duty as a gay. I did put it on, so not to burst anyone's bubble. Oh, it's not very good again. But it's the reading challenge.
What?
And you know, I'm such a... I just find the reading challenge is so against what Drag Race... I mean, I guess in Australia it would be like the gigging challenge, but I just find the reading challenge... It's such a fine line between, and it happened last week with Saint Blur, when she was trying to do comedy and do, like, Australians cannot cope with a roast. Oh, my coffee's kicked in. And it's the same as reading. It's like, it's either got to be really, really clever or it's just nasty. And Canada, it's just nasty and not funny. And they're all like...
Oh, wow.
So, do watch it.
Oh, I don't want to. I don't like it.
It's your duty. It's your duty.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to say that's what sent me to sleep, but I think it was. So I've been going for walks every morning this week. I'm trying to get Jess into a pattern. So we wake up, and then once he does 2 morning, which is we're awake, then I take him outside so he doesn't poo away in the house because I would not cope with that. So we're out quite early, although today I found scratches on the lounge. I think it's just because his nails are a little bit long. I haven't been doing pedicures, so I'll get into that. But, you know, Drag Race.
Well, all right, I'll watch it later this afternoon, begrudgingly.
Yeah, we'll debrief. But speaking of begrudgingly, how begrudged are Queensland to have to welcome Sydney back into their borders? Well, they're not.
What happened with those girls going back there?
Well, I think we had a bit of a discussion about them. How on earth did girls of such an age afford so much unnecessary plastic surgery?
19 years old and they're already puffed up to the max.
They've got to have like mums or sisters that work in like in a jabbin shop. Or do you reckon it's backstreet botulism, like from that woman in Pose, who's like my favourite character. Jessie, we will not have the barking, thank you.
But those girls, so they skipped into Sydney and then skipped into Brisbane to try and avoid telling anyone they were in Melbourne. And I was chatting to my mum about them last night, and she goes, "Oh, they must be ladies of the night. Why else would you go down to Melbourne for a party?" Oh, well, I was like, do you know what? I think you might be right.
Well, potentially that's how like they've afforded that sort of like work. They look like pregnant baboon assholes. Hey, Jess, stop it. Should have closed the door. Sorry, such a snapper. It's weird though, is that like there's a very much a pack mentality against them that, you know, people are naming and shaming them. Their name, but people have hunted them down. I think there's 60,000 signatures on a petition to get them sent to jail.
Oh my God.
Imagine having that sort of petition. That's how I felt when I went to Sydney Sauna that one time.
It was on the way.
Totally. But yeah, so people are going pretty crazy about it.
It'll be interesting to see what happens because, they are really being raked over the coals.
But and this is yet again me just
lips and all.
Did they both tested positive though? Yes, is that what's actually happened? Have you got a
yes,
camera?
I know it was too low. Now it's kind of too. That's all right. Yes, they. I know. Thanks. Yes, they both. 3 of them tested positive, and someone wasn't cooperating, and now they are. So they must have been threatened.
I love that Anastasia was not impressed.
She was very unhappy.
There was a hearty parliamentary foot put down. Job interviews online. Have you done any more this week?
Well, I did one. So I've actually got some work. I guess that's a good announcement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last week, whoop, whoop, it's only 10 hours a week, but it's a little bit to keep the brain functioning.
It's better than no hours a week.
I don't have a CV, and because I've worked for myself for the last 15 years. I've never written one, so I had to kind of do the charming cover letter.
The lying.
And I happen to know, I checked out the website that this guy runs, and I happen to know somebody that worked for him previously. So I dropped his name. He put in a good word for me, blah, blah, blah. And then we had a coffee catch up, and then I've started working for him. And I still don't have a CV.
Or real life?
No, real life in Bondi in the middle of that hurricane.
What's that, sorry?
In the middle of that hurricane.
I think I was asleep during that. I've been asleep a lot this week.
It was on Monday. I think you had.
Oh yeah, I was definitely asleep then.
Catching 40 winks.
Yeah, I was. I was due. I had to pay back. I was paying back the sleep bank. I did this weird. It was actually really, really professional. And geez, I hope the people that happened to have been interviewing me don't suddenly go looking at my Facebook. But I did a really professional. Well, their side of it was professional. Their side of it was professional. But it was 5 questions, and you dialed in, you set yourself up, similar to like I did now, but I had a shirt and a jacket on, which the dog ate promptly afterwards because I locked it outside while I was doing the interview. Thanks. But I asked 5 questions, and the first question was, from your own research into our company, why do you want to work for it? And I was like, I've done no research into your company at all. So I was kind of stumped, and then it gave you a chance to re-answer the question again. I was like, yeah, it ain't going to get any better. Just fucking take the first answer.
So was it live, or was it...
No, it's all pre-recorded, and then you submit it, and then you'll find out if you progress to the next stage. At this stage, I haven't found out whether I've progressed. Thinking probably not.
When will you find out? When is the expected date?
It's so bad. You know, like, it's hard when, and probably similar to yourself as well, like, there's all these jobs, and they're like, why do you want to work for us? Like, I don't. I just want to do my regular fucking life, but I can't at the moment.
I know. It's like, oh, what skills and qualifications do you have to work here? It's like, oh, well...
Too many to list.
I can do the job, I guess.
Well, it's funny. A lot of friends have been doing, the last time... God, I couldn't... the last time I would have looked for real proper work, proper bona fide work, was probably before I started at Qantas. So that's like 15 years ago. And the job market now is totally different. Like, everything is like psychometrical testing. We want to see this. We want you to put the next thing in a pattern. I'm like, what the fuck has this got to do with the job? Like, it's an unusual world out there, Dan. And there's a lot of smarter, younger, prettier girls nipping at your heels for jobs.
And I don't think I would pass one of those psychometric tests. It would just be like, nah, he's psycho.
Well, yes, it's the sort of stories that they reveal that you don't want to know. But it's so much, and even like you'll say to recruiters, what the hell does this prove about the job? And they're like, nothing. We just have to do it. It's just really dumb. Hey, all right, so with resumes, did you tell one big lie, one big exaggeration?
No, I didn't. I didn't lie at all.
Because you work for yourself, so it's like...
Because I didn't have a CV, so I couldn't.
You get the
I just had a cover letter.
I one up and then rejigged. My favourite is, I find referees, like, could you please list 2 referees? And then, like, I've been referees for lots of people, and they're like, well, what do you want me to say?
Okay. Yeah. I've done that as well.
Now is that it's all, rather than like I'm happy to be like, as you can tell, I'm happy to have like a gay chat to be a referee, but now 90% of it is like you have to log into an internet and then answer all these questions. It takes like 40 minutes. So I'm just like, here's the fucking login dial. Can you do it? And then just say it's from me.
Well, there you go. That's fair enough. And I mean, you'd say the same thing anyway.
Well, I mean, you're not going to say they're shit and I don't trust them.
No, exactly.
But that happens. That happens. I was running incredibly late for work last night, and I wanted to know, Dan Murphy, what is your... Well, you probably don't run late, do you? Okay, what's your best running late excuse? And what length did you go to prove it? These are the sort of questions I should have sent to you before the show, and I didn't. Sorry.
Well, I would usually... If I wasn't turning up to a gig, like say it was a 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. start, I would miss the alarm.
Okay.
Which is normally code for, the alarm's going off.
Okay, so when I first started doing drag, there was a lot of like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. gigs. And the middle of winter when you are on the lounge and the alarm goes off, so like a 3 a.m. gig, like your alarm would potentially be 12:30 for like to start getting in drag, and you're like, fuck this shit. You're not paying me enough for that.
I know.
I'm trying to think. My most elaborate excuse ever for missing work was that I was trying to get to King's Cross Station, but King's Cross Station was closed. But I just didn't think about the fact that they'd be able to look up on the internet and see that it wasn't closed. So I think I turned up like 2 hours late, and I was like, I went down there, then I had to get the train back up, and I went all around the world to try and get to work on time. When I walked in, they were just like,
Where were you working? Where was this?
Oh, Mascot. Mascot. And I walked in like dripping wet. It was a wet day, but I just slept in.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. You'll have to come back to me for that one. I'll have a mull over.
I can do it.
Have you bought anything else online? Any late night purchases?
Okay, so I went crazy on Morphe makeup when they fired Jeffree Star for some of his indiscretions, and a lot of his stuff was cheap. And it arrived, and let's be honest, it was fucking cheap. I am obsessed with buying dog shit online. Not dog shit, but stuff for the dog.
Yeah, gotcha.
And Facebook just targets the ass out of you. I bought this thing called a snuffle pad. And it's like, it looks sort of like a bowl like this, and it's got multiple layers of material, and you hide treats in it and put it down. Apparently, it entertains the dog for hours while you're out.
Has it arrived yet?
No. It probably never will. Like the fucking exercise bike, it's never arrived.
Are you able to track that exercise bike?
I couldn't fucking tell you when I bought it. I don't know what site it was from. I could probably look back through. This is how I think. Do you know what we should do? We should start up an online company just selling the most amazing stuff for cheap and then just never send it to people. Because I think that's what 90% of these companies do.
What can we call it? Wish2.0.com.
Wish2.0goodshit.com. No, what have you've been shopping? Have you been doing some crazy late night boozy purchases?
Well, last week I was like, I am budgeting. I am not splurging on this. I'm not splurging on that. And then literally I saw a friend posting about a calming blanket, one of those heavy blankets.
Oh, wait.
I clicked the link, liked the look of it, and I bought it in under 3 minutes flat. $180. And
girl,
let's see. Oh, this is it. It's so heavy. Of course, I got the heaviest one you can possibly get.
Are you gigging or is it really heavy?
No, it's 9 kilograms heavy. I can barely lift it.
Have you slept under it?
Well, I tried. I can't
too heavy,
really show it. I can't lift it up to show you how big it is. So I tried sleeping under it the first night, and oh my God, I was so hot. I had my arms and legs out from under it, and I thought, oh, well, this is no point. And then I tried putting the doona between me and it. And within, I think
so you've got the doona and the blanket as well?
Yeah, I tried just the blanket the first night. No bueno. And then I tried doona and blanket the second night. And halfway through the night, I noticed I was over on the side of the bed because it was just too heavy to sleep under. So I had to try and push it off. So I don't know if I like it.
They've become like this new thing. Weighted blankets were originally for like autistic kids to make them feel safe. Dan, is there something you need to tell us?
I've got a confession. It's like one of those thunder blankets that you put on dogs whenever the fireworks go off to keep them calm.
Is there something else I should order?
Or a thunder jacket, I think it's called.
Oh, I can get one of those. I found, was it an online or was it a phone in? Because I like it when you phone in to purchase.
Yeah, like this. Click on the side, purchase.
I used to work for, I went through like a phase of working for online shopping. So I worked for Demtel for a while, which was the knife set with Tim Shaw.
Oh, but wait, there's more, yes?
Yeah, totally. And then also Telemall shopping. Me and a friend Jody McIntyre used to work there. So our shift was midnight until 5 a.m., which you can imagine we were in a really good state for.
Uh-huh.
And basically, so when the ad went on, you would just answer the phone, take people's phone numbers, names of phone numbers, and then you'd ring them back to place the order. And 99% of calls was like, yeah, what are you calling for? You're like, oh, you just called us. I didn't call you. Sort of like how weird you'd get us at 4 a.m. And then like you'd get the phone calls once it arrived 5 weeks later with like, I never ordered this. I'm like, we've actually got the phone records here. Yes, you did order it.
Oh my God, so why did you have to call them back?
Because you'd get like such an influx. When the ad would show, you'd get such an influx of telephone calls of like 300 people would ring. So you'd lock them in and then you'd ring them back like, hi, you just called about the Richard Simmons exercise tapes. That caused a little bit of issue we did. And Bernadette was a supervisor and she thought he was a little bit too colourful for Australian television.
Did Bernadette think he was, you know...
I don't know. So I wasn't out at this time. I was only 19.
I was the same. I wasn't out at 19.
Yeah,
everyone knew, but I wasn't out.
So she was funny. I ended up leaving Telemall shopping. The great thing is that people would return the stuff. Are you Whitney blanketing?
I am. I'm so shy. It's after lifting up that 9 kilogram blanket. It's so heavy.
So
Worked
what? Can
up
you
a
send
sweat.
it back? Because a lot of them do come with like.
It's too heavy.
You know what? You can send it back, but it cost you $150 in postage.
You look like.
I just don't get the.
I'm popping it on the ground. Sorry, I've hijacked your story. Tell
No, I don't
me.
mind it with shit. Anyway, I've forgotten it. It's the sort of thing. It's the same as like when you've got someone incredibly heavy laying on top of you, and you're like, I don't feel safe. I just want you to get off so I can breathe again.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah, plenty of times.
Well, Shauna's saying she's bought her COVID purchases, bought some stick-on eyebrows, which have never arrived.
Oh, I use stick-on eyebrows all the time, specifically when I'm... Hang on, Shauna, did you get stick-on eyebrows or those stick-on eyelashes where you have to use the special eyeliner and then the eyelashes stick?
She'll let us know.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it's not live television.
We've got Shauna on the line now.
Some of the best things... What's the best thing you've ever bought and not known about?
And not known about, like online?
Yeah, or anywhere. You know, when you get boozy stuff.
Oh, there have been times where I'll have a delivery and I'm thinking, who the hell is sending me something? And then I open it and realise, oh, I've sent it to myself. I forgot I bought that activewear. I've been buying a lot of activewear, not very active.
Oh, I have a specific brand. I'm now right into the activewear wonders. And then you can take it through to shopping, haircuts, grocery stores, and you just like totally active. Totally active.
It's so active.
I had a mailbox in America when I was flying there for work. And when I'd go through like a couple of great boozy months, I'd get there and I might not have been there for 3 weeks. It'd be like 20 packages. It would be like Christmas all over. 90% of the stuff was fantastic. 10% I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't think I could have an American mailbox. I think I'd do the same as you. Plus it would be full of COVID.
Well, back in the day, it seemed like it was cheap, but now with the exchange rate, it's not worth it. And I used to never buy anything in Australia. I bought everything in America, like washing powders, toothpaste, detergents. And now I buy it here, and I'm like, it's actually cheaper to buy here. You just got 50 varieties there. 50 varieties.
Oh my God, their supermarkets over there are berserk. It's like you say, 50 varieties of everything, these ginormous aisles of just stuff. Of stuff you just don't need. That would be some of my American entertainment, like my most entertaining times in America, apart from having sex with incredibly well-hung gentlemen of colour, was going through the supermarkets and just looking at the crap and bringing it home and thinking, what the fuck did I buy a mop in America for? I could have bought it here and it was such a pain in the ass to get home. Oh, Shauna's gotten back to us. She's saying she bought them both. 2 types of magnetic eyelashes. One is good, one is fucked. Eyebrows are playing with your exercise bike somewhere. So
okay. Well, I've got
on hold.
Do you know what? Weird. William, who does my eyelashes and eyebrows in America, I ordered a lot when I thought I was going to be doing a lot of drag, and an envelope arrived yesterday from the 23rd of May.
Was it express?
No, and if you don't post it express, it goes nowhere. So, but it's funny, like some things get here within like 2 days, but that was from the 23rd of May. Long time, girl. Long time.
Well, the other question I've got, now that, well, you're not in a hotspot where in your suburb, but I'm in a hotspot, I tried to go and get a COVID test at our little pop-up testing location up the road. It shut at 4, so I thought, I'll pop up at 3:45. The door was already shut. They said, no, we're full. I was like, oh, I thought you shut at 4. Yeah, we do, but we've got people here already. It's full. I was like, oh.
Where is it? I always find it unusual when they do like a pop-up testing area, like at the pub, that is the place that people got infected from.
Come on back.
Hey, we deep cleaned. Why don't we get a lot of people in potential? Where's the pop-up area nearest to you?
So ours is on the corner of Crown and Albion, near Bill's restaurant, and it's got the Albion Clinic nearby. That one was bum. So I tried the Sydney Eye Clinic or Eye Hospital, and that had a line out the door. And then I tried another pop-up. This is probably about 6 o'clock at night by this stage, down in Woolloomooloo.
Woolly
And there would have
Mooloo.
been Woolloomooloo, and there would have been 20, 25 people all in a line waiting to be tested at this little caravan.
Wow, okay. Well, if
was
anyone
like,
is stuck and really excited about it, I must say that my experience at RPA was fantastic, and it's in a separate area near oncology, and you can drive in, it's free parking, and they were bloody organised. It was walk in, sit down, wipe the seat, say this question, say that question. I think I was only there for about 15 minutes, but that was wave 1, so I couldn't tell you how wave 2 is going.
Okay. Yeah, I think mine must have been back then as well. I went to the eye hospital on Macquarie Street, and there were 2 people in front of me, so we got through it pretty quickly.
Wow, it's weird, isn't it? And last night we had a couple of boozy heterosexual females.
I've seen those at your gigs before.
Yeah, and they were very much about going and hugging everyone, and some of the tables were like. Because, I mean, Potts Point, as I said last night on stage, it's been a long time since King's Cross has been a hot spot, and here we are again. But yeah, people are now starting to put their foot down and no schmoozing, no snuggling up.
Speaking of snuggling up, should we snuggle up to the one and only Perry Meek, live and direct from Hollywood?
Please, sorry, I got distracted. My dog is dragging every single box in the house into the middle of the room. Let him go. Bring it up, Perry!
Drag him around. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to your screens. It's the one and only Perry Meek.
Perry,
hi. Oh, God, I do this every time. I had you on mute.
Every week. Can you hear me now?
Dan, I'm going to read comments. Can you mute me, please?
All right, I will. Oh, how are you, darling?
How are you last night? Right before the earthquake. Like literally, it was like an omen or something. Do you know what churros are? Do you know what churros are? They're that Mexican sort of dessert, cake, pastry with. You were making churros. Like you literally were like squeezing out the churro mixture, and then the earthquake. I woke up and the earthquake happened.
Oh my God!
I don't know.
I guess they're very long and phallic, aren't they? I guess there's a link
maybe it was about to lead into something else, but you know, it's like
I'm being typecast.
Oh God!
So what happened with this earthquake?
Yeah, it was a really big one.
Okay.
But it was it was short. It was short, so it was like, you know, just like a big shake and then sort of over. But then there were aftershocks, but I didn't feel the aftershocks. I just rolled over and went back to sleep.
It was in the middle of the night, right?
Huh?
It was in the middle of the night, right?
4 o'clock, yeah, like 4:15 in the morning, yeah.
Okay.
But it's like really weird. I always wake up, whenever we've had earthquakes, I always wake up like the second before. Like I always sort of wake up and then it happens. Yeah,
wow.
It's quite bizarre. But yeah, you know, so just, you know, with that and, you know, now we're the highest per capita. We've overtaken New York for, you know, COVID.
Woo!
Party, come on down.
Oh, good on you. You must be proud of those numbers.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, the idiots are still going out with no mask and everything. Like all these influencers are having these parties.
Still?
Oh, still. Oh, listen. So there's this young idiot. Don't even get me started on her. She's a young trans kid, Nikita Dragon.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Like just going out, no mask. She was at that party the other night where they had the party, and then somebody posted a video today where she was going to the steak restaurant down the road, and she pulls up in the limo, no mask, getting out, doing kisses and pictures with fans and everything. And one of them had a mask on, and then takes the mask down to get a picture of that with her. And I'm like, you just what you can't. I mean, there's no cure for stupidity.
No, I don't.
Girls in Australia, I saw them. Aren't they? Don't they look like peaches?
Oh, they do look like a couple of wholesome girls, don't they? One of them's a cleaner at a Christian college, so she must be wholesome.
Honey, what was she cleaning? Good Lord, honey, that was. I mean, talk about bad surgery or something. Talk about she got the Brandy Glanville special.
I know, and that friend of the show, Brandy Glanville, but they they're only 19 and they've already gone all the way up.
But see, I always question like that, like who the doctors, like obviously the doctor's not saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Like that, well, you know, one part of your lips going this way and one part of the lips going that way. I'm not going to do it. But, you know, they do it.
They do it. Someone's doing it for them, that's for sure. Unless they're doing it to each other.
Well, honey, you know, I don't think so. Yeah, from Bunnings. They went down to Bunnings and got the shit. Oh, my.
Now, I think we have to talk about Ellen.
Oh, they're right. You know, there's a formal investigation now. Warner Brothers is doing a formal investigation. So, you know, we'll see what that happens, you know. But yeah, she's getting, you know, she's not getting away with it. They're coming out of the woodwork. Leah Remini's really blowing up Channel 7 with the Scientology thing too.
Oh, really? What's happened there?
For blood. Well, apparently they did
fantastic.
a really good special on Scientology, and and they pulled it 10 hours before they were going to air it. And she kind of called them all out on it because they were scared or they got legal action or something. And so she's demanding the you know, to know like what's happening in that.
Okay. Oh God, I hope that goes somewhere.
Oh,
she's been really.
I love her. She's really, really, really good. I love, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, those programs she does are frightening. They're really, you know. I mean, that talk about getting away with murder, literally. You know.
Yeah, it's berserk.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Speaking of berserk, should we bring Penny back and chat about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in Rome, Italy?
We've got so many subjects to cover. Where do we begin?
Well, could we begin with Dorit just saying anything in the entire world in an Italian accent and thinking that she's fucking speaking Italian? You could order Prosecco. You could order Campari Soda. But you order margarita? I mean, shut up, Dorit.
And I love that one of them said, the waiter's speaking English and you're speaking Italian.
Yeah. Or what about when he put down a fucking plate of sliders and goes, I put an Italian flag in it.
I know, her face was like, what the fuck are these? And I thought, like, literally, why are you complaining? It's free food, bitches.
Why is it every time they do a fucking holiday, one of the dumb sluts has suddenly realised my passport's out of date? It's like, come on. Is that an American? You'll need to answer.
Well, actually, let's not cast aspersions there because I didn't realise my Australian one was out of date until you told me. So, and I can't renew it while COVID's on unless it's an emergency.
Can you not? Are they not adapted it to do online, or you've still got to go in and do?
No,
wow,
it's all, and unless I have an emergency, they're saying you can't do it until COVID's over.
What do they class as an emergency?
Well, like if I had to get home for family, or you know, you know,
they're not an emergency doctor visit or something.
No. Well, you know, unless we needed a couple of cc's or something.
You don't want to pop up to Brisbane to get your lips done. I know two great girls.
Yeah, I got a couple of recommendations for you.
Talk about a Picasso painting, honey. That's the blue period and the yellow period.
That's a brown period.
It's the brown period, honey.
Those lips there, yeah.
So what about...
speaking of lips, and Lubra Lips popped up on the show again, the Glam Squad.
Okay, so literally it must cost her about probably 10 grand or more because she's got to pay all their wages because Bravo wouldn't pick that up. I mean, I'm sure she couldn't get that in her contract. So she'd be paying, what, four wages?
Plus accommodation.
Transport plus accommodation because, again, Bravo wouldn't be... So that's probably like a 30, 40 grand trip.
But they're all sharing. You know those queens are they're all in like one double room. I'll sleep on the floor and I get to go to Rome, Italy.
Speaking of which, did you realise how small those rooms were when they showed? I mean, the outside was nice on Lisa's, but that room and like Dorit trying to put all her suitcases in there. That was like a Best Western at the airport.
A La Quinta Inn, La Quinta Suites.
I know the suites, and I was like, honey, Jesus Christ. It was, well, although Sutton would have fit right in because it was the same size as her store. So she would have been she would have been like, oh girl, you know, let's merchandise, let's curate.
I love it when Erica takes her glam squad that Lisa always manages to muscle in for a free face. Always.
I know.
And wig.
Throw a bit of shadow on, bit of budgie blue, and you know. But I want to know. Okay, so what does Lubralips do? He sits in the corner and just goes, "Yeah, we're going to a funeral."
Yeah, wasn't that sort of like he was on Dance Mums before though, wasn't he? Have we had this discussion?
No. Well, honey, she goes.
Was he?
You open a bag of chips and she'll be there.
You know, he was on Dance Moms. I think he was with what was oh god, she was the school principal. It was her daughter, Nia. He produced Nia's video clip.
Oh, did he?
Oh.
Yeah. Soz. I don't want to be like too addicted to reality TV, but he did.
Well, but you know, I thought at least the other ones are sort of doing makeup and hair and making themselves useful. She's just sitting in the corner drinking a cappuccino.
Well, I mean, it's the place to do it. Well, maybe he puts. I do love that Erica has a lookbook. So, like, it's like a picture. I think he binds the books.
Oh, binds the books and
cuts out the pictures.
Like,
yes,
this is
it on. What about that fucking high neck? She looked like she was in a neck brace.
I know, she was like.
Perry, you're
And
a
I thought,
fashion
well, good
expert.
luck.
What did you take of it?
And she looked like Carmen Sandiego, whatever it happened. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Like this.
And I thought, good luck, honey, if somebody's trying to pickpocket you at the Trevi Fountain running with that hat on.
I did love that the woman in the shop said the quintessential thing, how much is this? It's not important. The Garcelle, it's important. She's only doing 120 years.
See, she thought she'd just swipe that credit card and then, you know, take care of it later. But, no. And why would they go to Fendi? I mean, you know, they bypass Dior, they bypass Chanel.
I think it's really off when they do, like, titles at the end going, Lisa spent this much, Brandy spent... Like, it's like, who gives a fuck?
I know, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and poor. What about the poor glam squad of Dorit? Was it Dorit or who's? Oh no,
Sutton.
Oh bless.
Who would have ever thought that Sutton had a glam squad looking like that? People are helping her look like that.
Encouraging
She's paying them to look like that. I'm going.
Honey,
Erica's glam squad is saying, "Oh, we're going to a funeral." Sutton's glam squad is saying, "Oh, we're dressing her in a sack again."
Sutton's glam squad is we're doing the cadaver's face.
Rudy Hill RSL on a Friday night for the 2 for 1 special. Oh, bless her heart. I mean, that was and I felt bad for them. They just sort of looked beat down, didn't they? You know, when you see those people that are like Madge, they look like Madge.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, those poor people were packed in 3 rows tight in the last row of economy, and they did not sleep on arrival.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it would have been. And okay, can we just go on to the pearls?
Oh, I kind of liked it for like a swimming event, but
well, I tell you when I first saw her, I thought, oh, this is going to be cool. If they had have continued it all the way around, it sort of would have framed her face, but it just looked like someone jizzed on her face and went party.
And she's like that.
So she just went, oh yeah, I've just had the bukkake, now I'm going down for dinner.
Was it a bit Ian Thorpe pearl necklacey from the early days?
God. And the way it looked like she was taking hours, that girl, and I thought, oh, honey, you have no clue what you're doing if you're picking them up with tweezers and fucking...
And you know it was hot glue.
Oh, crazy glue.
Hot glue gunning her.
Well, actually, here's a flashback. You know, we were in, you know, because I used to glue Gaga's earrings to her ears with crazy, you know, the old crazy glue trick. But she'd never heard of that before. And we were in Taiwan one. Yeah, she really hadn't. Well, you know, she hadn't, you know.
She hadn't heard
so
of
it was back in, yeah, exactly, honey. I taught the children, honey. And so we were in the back of a car in Taiwan going to a press event for the Born This Way. It was when that Born This Way mess was on. And she didn't have a thing. And I said, oh, you know, you can crazy glue your earrings to you. It's an old drag queen trick. She goes, she like looked at me like I'm crazy. She goes, no, you can't. So I cut a Versace button off, 2 Versace buttons off her suit. And I said, here, well, whacked them on the back of a car. And of course, she thought it was the best thing ever. And I thought, oh. She goes, well, how do you get them off? I said, that's not my problem.
Perry, I think the gayest thing is here we are sitting in Surrey Hills and Wallow Creek, and you're talking about popping on a pair of buttons on Lady Gaga's ears.
Okay, well, look, moving on down the notes. Okay.
You're taking notes.
No, yeah, from last night. Or what about something with that wine where she sent it back?
And so harumphed about it, like she just smelled.
I know it's not. Could I please get another glass of, or could I try something else? No, it's like, peasant, get this away from me.
Yeah, and it's like you chose that wine. Why are you upset with the wine?
Honey, she probably wouldn't know a good wine if it ate her ass out and bought her a steak dinner. Just being, she's just being precious, honey.
I loved as well that that Arsehole has not been available. I don't know if we said this for the entire series, and all of a sudden here she is for 5 days in Rome. No movie.
Although I watched her on after Watch What Happens Live last night, her and Sutton were on, so they were the guests.
Oh, okay.
And she actually, I will give her, she's dyed her hair blue, and she actually looked gorgeous.
How does she come across actually being engaging on live telly?
Good, actually. She really was actually better. No, she was sort of better than the show because she seemed like she had more. She was answering stuff. She didn't seem so rehearsed and scripted, and
Oh, okay.
She actually came across better than Sutton. Sutton was kind of like a stun mullet.
I don't think Sutton's got much to give though, apart from trying to push that shot. What else is there? We've never heard of her. She wasn't in Coming to America.
I don't think she'll be back. I don't think she'll be back next season.
I don't think either of them can be.
No, I think they're dead wood.
Bad casting.
Now, speaking of Deadwood, Dan, have we swayed you over to the dark side of Real Housewives of New York yet?
Not yet, but I am going to start watching because I've seen some clips online and it looks amazing.
They were a hot mess. Did you see the one last week where she was stomping on the table?
With that friggin' bit of tool on her head and smashing the glass.
I would have literally dragged her by her hair and thrown her out.
I think Ramona tried, didn't she? I mean, she bravoed in a New York episode.
Oh, did she do that?
No, she did. She threatened to quit.
Yeah. Because I didn't understand what that was about. Bravo.
I spoke to Kim Cooper, friend of the show, first-time guest. She told me that if you say the network or the show name, that they won't show it. So, and obviously that's what Denise thinks. So and she must have said it multiple times. It's only the first time we saw it. That if she's saying bravo, she thinks they're not going to air that bit. Well, that failed. Like
a safe word, almost.
Yeah, but
a safe word when you get choked and smacked and having, allegedly.
Well, I mean, they've talked about that before. I mean, they was fine to accuse Kim of doing crystal meth in the toilet, but heaven forbid. I love the way that when they talk about somebody had sex with Brandy, it's like, okay, so what? They're making it such a terrible thing.
I know, but after last night, now it'll be interesting to see how all of this comes out, but after last night, I think we all got played, but I think Brandy's playing us.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm on Team Brandy. I believe Brandy.
Do you? See, I don't.
Well, who would be the other woman at the table that she had sex with? Erica? That's the only person I thought of.
Erica or Rinna.
But what would Harry Hamlin say?
And she's already said that she's never slept with a woman. So it would be, it would probably be Erica.
And, well, I mean, look, let's be honest. I love Mr. Girardi, but I don't think he's got much going on down below. So potentially she had to get out there and have a little bit of extra fun.
Get it where you can, honey.
We couldn't talk last week about the winner because it hadn't happened yet, but how do we feel about Shea Coulee winning Drag Race?
I mean, I think it was good. I would have been happy with either one of them. I mean, Juju, to me, looked stunning when she came out on that runway. That was the most beautiful looks I think I've ever seen. Just the makeup, the headpiece, everything was like that was really, really stunning.
I was happy with either, but I was also really happy it wasn't Cracker.
Same.
She really fucking rubbed me the wrong way.
No, she was annoying as she shot herself in the foot, honey, and that and I was tired of those $2 looking outfits and that bad wig, that shake and go wig. Yeah, she was annoying. She had to
Can I ask a question? So with Cracker, it always looks like she's like, see if I can do it, like that. Like there's
like a poorly made
goes
up
head. Oh, how do I do that? I'm in mirror. Head, neck. There's no definition here or here. Is that just bad makeup, or is her body like that?
Oh, well, I've never seen her in real life, so she could look like a Simpsons character for all we know.
I just don't get her. I don't find her funny. I don't find her endearing. I find her such a try-hard.
But don't you, okay, a couple of things to know. Okay, and actually 3 things to know. Did you hear that they've released the announcement for, I'm just reading the comment down here. Did you hear they announced a drag race for the Netherlands?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. So, but okay, so has anybody ever heard of a Dutch drag queen?
No.
No.
Fingermadijk. I've heard of Fingermadijk.
But have you ever
friend of the show, Lisa Mann and Jemima Handful, they go over to Amsterdam every summer, like now, July, August, and do the big Pride things.
Well,
and they know.
Yeah, Kitty does the big
Fun House. Yeah.
Allegedly.
But I've never.
Me too. I don't remember leaving.
Oh, you were too, Dan. Sorry.
We were at that party together.
Yeah, we were on that cruise together.
And I couldn't find any. I was just drinking, and I drank a lot, and I don't remember leaving. But I was following my map, and we had to walk around this big long lake, and I chose the wrong way to walk around it. So I was walking even further than I should have been walking in the dark like this.
I wasn't just drinking, and I don't remember the entire 7 days of the holiday.
But anyway, we didn't see any drag queens when we were there.
No, I never saw.
Milkshake, though, I think is the really big. Milkshake is like the big drag event they have the week before the Circuit Boys hit town.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
we missed that.
It's sort of like Wingstop for.
Yeah, I always find it weird to do I guess in Australia we sort of think, we're so isolated from everyone else, so you'd do like a drag race and it would be all of Australia and it's a huge country. Whereas like you're thinking like it's just Denmark. Is that what Dutch is? I get a little bit confused. It's
yes,
Netherlands.
Close enough. The Netherlands. All right.
Again, like if you
same area.
It was Sweden drag race. I would have went, oh, okay, because I know a lot of Swedish drag queens, or even like Scandinavian drag queens. But Dutch, I was like, so obviously they paid them the gazillion dollars rights to franchise it, and and Australia hasn't coughed up the dollars yet.
Still not. Thank God it was announced. Haven't healed yet.
It was announced this time last year, July last year.
And also, don't you think it's strange that like now that Shay's been crowned and that, not a word from Rue about, oh, congratulations to my new queen, or
Nothing,
honey.
Well, I wonder. I mean, I think. Well, we never found out what the original. We didn't find out what the reason for the cancelling of the online accounts were, apart from the fact that he released the RuPaul Master Bates class.
No, never heard. Never heard any reasoning.
Weird. How weird.
Yeah, very strange. But are you guys getting the behind the scenes of the Vegas show down there? Are they airing?
Oh, it's just starting.
Oh, is it on Stan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is it any good?
I haven't seen it. Have you seen it, Perry?
No, it is tomorrow. It starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was really disappointed because the Work the World suddenly got to the point where there was no one else to work with, so they're just recycling the same people. I was like watching Aquarium, I'm like, you're 12, bitch. Like, the first time you were just really pushing it, but now we're watching you again.
Does she have anything new to say?
But you know what?
What's that? Sorry.
Does she have anything new to say?
No.
Aquarius?
Just detox spilling drinks on her multiple times.
Well, you know that detox, honey. There's, everything's deliberate. Oh, I'm sorry.
I really liked it. I was anti-detox before. But I think we had this discussion before both of his Work the World. The second one was a little bit forced, but I really like Detox and apparently he's really amazing to work with.
Well, yeah, I mean, he has good, and but he sort of, before all of this COVID thing, he moved to, he's been there for a while. He moved to Chicago. So he lives in Chicago now. But he's just been doing his own thing. I don't know whether he tours much. Well, he obviously must, but, you never sort of hear of him like, the other girls.
Chicago has a big drag scene though, Perry.
Huge. I mean, they had Miss Continental, which was meant to be in a couple of weeks, but not this year.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay, that makes sense.
Chicago's got the baton where all of the trans girls are. Chicago's a huge drag.
I thought it was just me. I think it's everyone.
Can you hear something funny coming through?
I feel like we just of the new episode of Z.
Hang on.
Oh,
it's Dan Murphy.
Has that fixed it?
But I think Penny still sounds like she's been snorting helium.
Oh, we've lost her.
Oh, we've lost her. See,
she might be dialing out and dialing back in. Oh, someone might have been calling her.
Oh. But maybe it's
what?
Bike.
Yeah, bike might be finally arriving. People are saying the sound is funny. Has it gotten better? Has it been fixed now? I think Penny will dial back in a sec. So, what is the what was my question? Oh, the Miss Continental. What actually is it?
Well, it's a female impersonation pageant.
Okay.
And you're allowed to have enhancements, but you're not allowed to be full trans. So you can have, all from here. And it's been going 25 years or 30 years, maybe.
Okay.
I think it's the first one, or 87. And, and they get, it's a huge, big honor for the girls, like it's like a big, big, big thing. And they have the prelims and they have, So, but, they cancelled it this year. Obviously, they cancelled it. So, the winner this year gets a double reign.
And that's what the queens like Alexis Mateo. Is that the sort of competition she would go in?
Well, there's that. There's Miss Continental and then there's Miss USA, Miss Gay USA.
Okay.
So they're sort of rivals. So they go in. You go in either one. Although they try, like Alyssa has tried out for Continental. Sasha Colby. Brooklyn was a Miss Continental. She won it. Brooklyn.
Wow. Okay.
About 4 years ago. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, that Naisha Lopez won it. So it's a very prestigious competition, but but the thing that they are having in a couple of weeks, it might be next weekend or this weekend, is they've got a big drive-in here, and they're going to do the Work the World in the drive-in. This continent.
Here's Penny.
Sorry, my phone died.
So.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Naisha Lopez won it. So. It's a
feedback. Have you got your face? Have you got your Facebook open?
Guys, I'm really letting the team down.
It might be next weekend or this weekend.
Has that got it? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It's the
really shot today. Sorry.
Were you meant to have the drive-in drag down there?
Yeah, it was supposed to be 2 weeks ago. This company was putting on all these shows. Daytime was going to be kids entertainment, the Wiggles, Nickelodeon stuff. Nighttime was going to be comedians and concerts like Veronica's and that kind of thing. And then we were going to do Australia's first drive-in nightclub, and it was going to have all the bells and whistles and fireworks and CO2 and confetti and we're planning to have drag queens that could come down and take photos with people while they're in their car. And literally, was it 1 week out, the Victorian border closed and they had to cancel it because half of the acts were coming from Victoria and the crew, and it was just
You're
not
just
possible to do it anymore.
though. The minute people get a bit of booze in them, you're like, stay in your car. Not
Yeah,
Well, it's unlicensed as well, so if people would have to bring a little beer along in their car.
a small SE. I'll make it. I remember to 4th of July in Laguna with a friend that had bought a small esky full of beer. Let's be honest, it was a bottle of vodka, and we got halfway there. She couldn't talk, and I was texting my friend in the back seat saying, fucking stop making her drinks. We ended up arriving at Laguna Beach with no rear vision mirror. The side mirror had been knocked off. Wild days in America.
welcome to America. Welcome to the USA.
Perry, sorry, I wanted to ask, you were talking when I got cut off about Miss Continental. I'd never really seen it. And then someone posted a video of Roxy Andrews the other day, and then it went into her 2019. What she fucking did was amazing.
Yeah, no, they go all out. Like,
Yeah.
you can go on YouTube. You can't watch the whole thing on YouTube, but you can watch snippets, like the evening gown section and the swimsuit section. Talent. No, Roxy was great. Sasha Colby was amazing. Like, they go all out. Like, they really. And in fact, there's a really good documentary that it's like $4 on not Venmo. What's the
Vimeo?
Vimeo. It's like it's called The Queens, and it's a documentary about Miss Continental.
Wow, okay.
So it's a really good, like, behind the scenes look. I think it was the year that Brooklyn won, the year before Brooklyn won or something. But it's a really good documentary, and it sort of like follows the history of it and everything. But no, those girls, they seriously.
Did we have the chat about that 1960s documentary?
The Queen?
Oh, yeah, that's
that
one.
one's Queen, yeah.
That,
This one's called The Queen with an
terrible.
S.
That made me uncomfortable.
The old one?
Yeah, it really did. It was sort of like the first time gays have ever seen a television camera and went wild on it.
Uh-huh. They were not happy with the winner.
No, it was heaven no.
Look at her makeup.
And speaking of bad makeup, every time watching Canada's Drag Race, just seeing Brooklyn Heights in that high definition poor lighting makes me feel so much better about myself. Like I need to at this new lighting with this camera.
Here's what
I don't mind being as red as a beetroot today after watching Canada with their crunchy peanut butter skin.
Here's what I don't understand, guys. You've done 15 seasons of this show now, across, like, you know, with All Stars, with the seasons. Why have you not got this slicker than a twink's asshole? Why? This should just be like, boom. You know what? Oh, they're doing it in Canada. Here's the filter. Screw that on the camera, and give them that lighting. Here, do this, do this, do this, do this. I just don't understand why it's such a mess. Like all over. The only ones that
something that happens it's like an Atlantis cruise. Something that happens time after time after time. It should just be play and forget, but it doesn't.
Exactly. So I just, the ones that got it right, the only ones that sort of got it right were Thailand, and I think because they took it on themselves to do, by the second season they really upped their game. The first one's very dodgy, but the second season they were like,
okay.
But also you can have 50 Thailand crew for the price of 3 American crew for the price of 1 Australian crew, so they could afford to get it right.
Yeah, but Canada's got a very low dollar, so they should have had that. I can't watch it. I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm just angry that everyone loves Priyanka because she was like one of my most least liked queens, and now she's like Michael Douglas. Now she's like the popular. Everyone's like, I love her. I'm like, she's so fucking annoying.
Which one was this?
Priyanka, she looks. Oh God, I was about to say something really inappropriate. She'd be great living his
What?
Yeah, she'd be great. Yeah, she's really, really good.
Oh my God, I've got so red. She's yeah, I don't know what to say. She's an idiot.
She looks Indian. She looks not native Indian. She looks like Sri Lankan. That kind of unusual.
Oh,
Yeah.
Southeast.
She's an idiot.
She's a fucking
Now,
idiot.
is the really annoying one off there yet? Boa or Bob? Or,
Narrow it down.
Well, I mean,
The one that they all
about her is that she's annoying to all the other queens, but they fucking love her.
Yeah.
I don't find her that annoying. I find that dirty, rashy face annoying, but everyone's got it, so, you know.
How many are they down to?
It feels like going for 8 years. I think they've eliminated 5. Tynomi went last week, and she was like the queen of Canada and just didn't really bring it to the show.
It's funny how they can be so good in live venues and then when they come to TV, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I find that questionable that she was so good in live venues because she didn't bring any sort of opaque type with her. Her costumes were terrible. Her makeup wasn't great. And she's still great in a live venue. Yeah, is she? Oh, sorry. Maybe I should before the show.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I can't watch any of it. I'm sorry. I'm sort of like, I think even this behind the scenes of Vegas one's going to be a little hard to watch too.
Well, it's just more Bravo turning out stuff to try and promote their shows, isn't it?
Bravo,
and
Bravo,
I didn't
Bravo.
realize. Bravo. Have you seen the trailer for it?
Yes.
The Vegas. I didn't realize that Vanjie's kissing Cameron. I thought it was Brooklyn.
Oh no! Then they tried to make it out because they tried to make out like it was a terrible controversy, and I think they just were together for like a show romance to try and keep in.
Well, they were, but Vanjie was with Brooklyn before.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone would have a little snog with Cameron if you could, just to say you did.
So tick that box.
You
He kind of brought me the wrong way, but.
I mean, yeah, good looking, but you'd be talking to yourself trying to entertain her. Would you like more cheese? Here and like
I think they're actually swift titties, to be honest.
But Asia O'Hara is really good friends with her, so she seems to like her, so that's nice.
Thank you for bringing it back to earth, Perry.
Spread. It brings me. I'm the Marie Kondo of drag.
Oh, well, thank you for spreading joy with us once again, Perry. We love you.
Spreading my legs, isn't it?
Well, it's only 8 o'clock your time. You got time.
And girls got to make some money, honey. They're OnlyFans. That boat sailed, honey. Do you believe it?
I've subscribed for $5.99 a month, no more.
Listen, don't laugh. Those people are making thousands.
Oh.
Because you think about it, if you get 1,000 subscribers and you're charging $14.95, that's $14,000 a month.
Yeah, but even
if you charge
$8.95, good. I mean, I've subscribed to a lot of people and not renewed.
Listen, love, a hole's a hole. You don't have to be good. Why don't you just throw it up on there and get the old big roller out?
I like the driver to know what he's doing.
Comb your hair, put your teeth in. Made $8.
We should have done OnlyFans. It'd be fantastic.
Wait, can we imagine?
Yes, I can imagine.
Do you follow T.S. Madison on Instagram?
No, but I know who you mean.
Yeah. You've got to go follow T.S. Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on? Is it on? Is this thing on? That's the same T.S. Madison, right?
Yeah. But honey, she's made an empire for herself.
That's true.
And she doesn't do, well, she says she doesn't do the adult films anymore because she doesn't have to.
Oh, I didn't know she did adult films.
She does.
That's how she got her start. Yeah, that's how she got
Really?
her start.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
an
okay.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got some research to do after this.
A 22-inch weave.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Google it.
I like how we're both like,
They're asking Dan if he was making churros. I'm sure that's code for something else. Wait, I have to see you. My dog is eating the house. I've got to go.
all right, Perry, we'll see you same time, same back channel next week. We love you.
Here is my house.
Look at that
Oh.
dog.
Oh, you're going to have to get him a chew toy. Oh, we've lost Perry. You're going to have to get him a chew toy doll.
I bought, there's 50 coming. There's 50 coming from Wish.com.
Do you have a Penny's platform or a Dan's diorama before we go?
Don't get a dog unless you're ready for it. And charge your phone before your online show.
Dan's diorama is don't go to Harpoon's Harry's at the moment. I love you, Penny.
I love you, Dan. Sorry, I was disjointed today. I drank.
That was good fun. I still had a giggle. Bye. See you later.
Good night,
Good night, Australia. Oh. Oh, dear, oh, dear.